Welcome to my Scrum Masters Elite _UK. Let's analyze rugby and explore in-depth strategies. Click subscribe to follow and don't miss out.
When the rugby tournament organisers announced they would be testing new rules aimed at reducing downtime and promoting more active play, I personally felt this was quite a bold move. These changes could bring many benefits, but they also raise some concerns, especially when considering the long-term impacts on the nature and essence of the game. Rugby is a sport known for its scrums and referees' decisions regarding infringements, so changing the rules could lead to unintended consequences. First of all, one of the notable changes is the handling of scrums from penalty kicks. Eliminating scrums from a penalty and replacing them with direct free kicks could significantly alter how teams play. Felix Jones, the assistant coach of the Springboks, expressed his concern about this. He believes that penalty kicks could actually slow down the game rather than speed it up, which seems like a reasonable point. In matches, not every penalty kick leads directly to an attacking opportunity, and if a team loses possession, reorganizing for the next phase can disrupt the flow of the game. Another issue I'm considering is limiting quick taps to a meter outside the 22-meter line. Allowing players to tap quickly within a restricted area will reduce downtime, but will players actually make the most of this opportunity? They will have to carefully consider their attacking and defensive decisions while maintaining the game's pace. However, it's undeniable that this change could bring a new dynamic to the game, encouraging teams to be more flexible and reducing the amount of dead time between plays. That said, not everyone agrees with these changes. As former referee Pieper mentioned, he believes penalty kicks will not speed up the game. On the contrary, they might slow it down, especially if the team doesn't retain possession after the whistle. The need to reorganize, particularly in set-piece situations like lineouts, could reduce the game's flow and pace. Pieper also worries that with these new rules, we may see an increase in penalty kicks rather than a decrease, which could lead to time-wasting situations with no real positive change. From a tactical perspective, I think the increase in penalty kicks will present certain challenges for teams. Teams that are good at organizing penalty plays may use this to their advantage to control the game. However, this will force teams to rethink their strategies. Can they maintain an attacking game when penalty kicks lead to disruptions in play? Another important issue that both Felix Jones and Pieper raised is the reduction of resets. The rise in resets during rugby games is something that many coaches are dissatisfied with. This indicates that scrums haven't changed much, but have become lengthier, wasting time and lowering the game's tempo. I completely agree with this sentiment. Sometimes changing the rules is not the only way to fix the problem. In reality, we need to focus on improving referees' skills, especially at lower levels, so they can handle situations more swiftly and accurately, reducing the need for resets. Personally, I believe that investing in the improvement of referees' skills may yield better long-term results than rule changes. Referees with more experience and better situational judgment can help the game flow faster and more fairly without requiring too many changes to the rules. If World Rugby invests in training referees and improving their decision-making abilities, we can expect faster, more accurate matches with fewer resets. Additionally, rule changes can also affect teams' tactical play. In rugby, strategy and flexibility in adjusting formations, passing, and exploiting space are crucial. When teams are forced to execute penalty kicks without the immediate option of scrums or contested plays, they will need to find other ways to maintain control of the game. This might lead teams to invest in special tactics to optimize their chances from penalty kicks, but it could also detract from the natural and exciting elements of the sport. That said, I believe experimenting with new rules in rugby is a welcome step, because it revitalizes the game and tests different ways to improve match speed and excitement. However, we must also remember that any rule change can have far-reaching consequences on the sport's essence. If applied too recklessly, these new rules might take away the charm of rugby, particularly when it comes to contested plays, a key feature of the game, if they are too restricted or altered. Therefore, I believe that before deciding whether to widely implement these changes, we need more data and feedback from actual games. These experiments must be carried out cautiously, and could be a necessary step to better understand their impact on playing styles and tactical approaches in rugby.
Thank you for following my Scrum Masters Elite_UK. I hope you enjoyed today's rugby analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to watch the latest videos.